everyone. Thanks for pressing play. You are watching a brand new episode of Talking Comics, ExcaliburCCGTV, where every week we come together to tell you about the fantastic comics that are hitting the shelf and what is going on at the comic shop. I am Chris. This is my co-host, Randy. We are here to tell you about the awesome things that are happening. And, guys, we are covering the new stuff that is coming out for March 9th, 2016. Hey, thank you to all of our new subscribers. We've had a recent uptick here, and we can't thank you enough for being a part of the community. So whether you came by YouTube or iTunes or Stitcher or some other place, thank you for subscribing and being a part of what we're doing here. We really, really appreciate it. Are you ready, sir, for this show?
Yeah.
Guys, no announcements right now. We're taking a little break. We're catching up on some stuff. We'll have plenty of stuff coming up here in the future. But guys, we're going to go ahead and dive in to the show, starting with our new number ones that are hitting this week. I'm going to go ahead and start it off. We get even more of Disney getting their claws into Marvel Comics. And what do I mean by that? Well, I mean Haunted Mansion number 1. Which I think is one of their attractions at one of their theme parks.
One of their more popular attractions. I don't know if I would have put it that way with getting their claws.
Getting their claws in the veins of Marvel. But guys,
they own the company, so
I know, right?
There.
I haven't seen so much Disney stuff in ever.
It's good to see this because they haven't produced, and a lot of these have been pretty
popular.
Yeah, Figment and
oh yeah, that's right.
And Seekers of the blah blah blah.
There was another, there was like a train one too, something about a train. So there was another.
There was another one. It was a Wild West kind of one, I think. But exactly. Talk to him about this one. 5 issues.
5 issues, guys. Joshua Williamson and Jorge Cola. Coelho. Josh Williamson, you guys are familiar with him. Nailbiter, Birthright, all the other stuff. We get to see Haunted Mansion starting this week. It seems that no one lives in this elegant mansion on the hill, but there's creepy organ music coming from it. Are the gates meant to keep people out, or are the gates meant to keep something in? You get to find out starting this week with horror writer Joshua Williamson, who's given us tons of stuff, guys. So check this out. If you're a fan of this idea, concept, the popular ride, the attraction that it is, get your 5-issue miniseries starting this week from Marvel Comics. Have fun with that.
Possibly one of the big titles that could have some good steam behind it because of the popular Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. TV series and the new Marvel's Most Wanted. That's right. I couldn't remember the name of it. Thank you.
Yes.
That's coming out. Mockingbird number 1. With this, you have there's something that is just not quite right within S.H.I.E.L.D's, Medical and Recovery Network. And Bobbi Morse, who everybody should know by now is Mockingbird, is taking it upon herself to find out just what's going on. And the whole question is, like, how far is she going to take it in order to figure this all out here? So, seems like a good concept. I don't know the creative team. Chelsea Kane is some novelist that's, I guess, making the jump over into comics.
Yeah.
And Kate, your last name I don't know how to say.
Let's say Nemchek.
Sure.
Yeah.
She's a newcomer, and I'm excited to see the artwork. I've seen some preview pages that looked good.
Yeah.
It has a beautiful Joelle Jones cover on there. So I'm excited about this, and I really hope this picks up. You know, you had the last Black Widow series that actually went for quite some time before they canceled everything with the Secret Wars.
Yeah.
So, and now you've got like the Power Team on the new Black Widow series.
Yes.
And you've got this team here who hopefully can bring some life to a character and give us a long-lasting series that we desperately need with this character.
Yeah. And more female lead and lady power. I mean, I'm for it. So, love Mockingbird, love her in the TV show, and I'm really interested to check this out as well. So, guys, another one from Marvel, Infinity Entity. Say that 3 times fast. From Marvel, we got Jim Starlin and fan favorite artist Alan Davis taking up the reins of this book. Yes. This stems from the pages of the Thanos, the Infinity Relativity original graphic novel that was done last year, all by Jim Starlin. When we last saw Adam Warlock, he was a captive of a nihilist in the negative zone. So where does this first issue of the Infinity Entity find him? Hanging with the original Avengers. And from that point, things get really weird. So guys, if you're a fan of all this Infinity stuff, that's leading up to what we're going to have in the movies and stuff, even more that's being explored here in the comics, have fun with this limited series of the Infinity Entity #1, Jim Starlin, Alan Davis. Check it out.
Super excited to tell you about this new Boom Studios title.
Yeah.
Why? Roger Langridge is going to be writing it. Love his work. You may have read Abigail and Snowman, Snarked, lots and lots of different things. He also worked on the Muppets comic book that came out. And Andy Hirsch. I'm not familiar with him, but he's done some work on Adventure Time. I'm talking about Baker Street Peculiars #1. I don't know if this is ongoing or limited series. If it's coming out from Boom, it could most possibly be a mini series.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
However, they have some of their all ages, like Lumberjanes, that have been ongoing series. So I don't know. I don't know, guys. Maybe we can figure that out. Cool concept here. You have a stone line that's come to life, is terrorizing all of London in the 1930s, and it looks like it's a mystery for Sherlock Holmes to solve. The only problem is that Sherlock Holmes doesn't really exist. He is a figment that has been written up by Mrs. Hudson, the housekeeper, who is actually really a detective.
Ah, okay.
And she's written all of her adventures under the name of John Watson.
Ah,
so
nice.
that just seems, I love that concept right there. I mean, as soon as I read this, like, what, how did I miss this? And
nice.
I'm signed up for it because I want to read this series now.
That's cool. That's cool. That may be something I check out for my kiddos.
I know. It sounds fun.
That does sound fun. And that Abigail and the Snowman, I may check that out too for my
they
kiddos.
should have a collection for it, but that was that's a lot of fun. He did the musical Monsters of Turkey Hollow, which was an unpublished Jim Henson show that never aired, and he just took the script and put it to book form, and wonderful stuff.
Yeah.
I believe one of the Jorges was on that.
Okay.
Somebody would no, he drew it. I'm thinking of a different Jim Henson project. Too many Jim Henson projects.
There's a bunch of them that are out now. So there we go. So guys, those are the new #1s that we're covering for this week. Check them out. Tell us what you think about them, and start a conversation about them down below. Right now, we're going to dive into some storylines that we are covering for this week with my man Randy starting us off with the first one here.
We've got an Avengers standoff tie-in. You need to pick this up. It's all these tie-ins I think are supposed to be separate, but they still link together to the main story, give you pieces to it. This is Uncanny Avengers #7. In this, the Uncanny Avengers are called in to help out S.H.I.E.L.D. with some sort of problem, and there's some big secret that one of the Avengers has that everybody's about to find out. It's supposed to be shocking. What could it be? Could it be Deadpool? Could it be Quicksilver? Could it be Cable? Who is it? What is it? We don't know.
There we go. And guys, as we've been covering for you guys, the Savage Dawn storyline still continues this week in Action Comics #50. Clark Kent is still battling his way through Vandal Savage's hordes to reclaim his Fortress of Solitude and his birthright. And this storyline is supposed to conclude this month with Superman Wonder Woman #27 and Superman #50. We'll cover those as those hit for their respective weeks.
And you should know that he said hordes, not whores.
I did say with a D, hordes. I did.
My poor hearing, I had to look and go, what?
What are you talking about, man?
When did DC start writing something so edgy?
Superman went totally edgy there. So there we go, guys. Those are the storylines for you to check out. And with plenty more to come, we still have more standoff stuff that's going to be coming as well leading into Civil War, which we've been telling you about. Guys, on to our favorites. These are some of the comics that are going to be at the top of our stacks that we will be reading first. Randy, what are you going to start us off with this week?
There's been a real fun book coming out from DC, shared by IDW, that maybe some of you know it. It is Batman TMNT. The 4th issue comes out. What's cool here? I mean, Batman, he's real, I guess in a giving mood here, letting the Turtles come into Wayne Manor, the way he is. But the coolest of the Turtles, Raph, doesn't quite trust this Batman. And I guess Batman, in order to help Raph understand who he is and where he comes from, decides to take him down a little trip down memory lane, and that memory lane just happens to be down Crime Alley. So we'll get to figure out what exactly went on there. I think some of us might know, but I can guarantee you the Turtles don't know.
Oh,
Yeah.
no. Yeah, exactly.
They will. We've also got Harrow County number 10. Love this book. Have to promote this book every single time it comes out here. It is absolutely terrifying. I don't want to read it as the last book before bed. Yeah, I'm a weenie. Bernice is kind of in a tough position here where she may have to make a deal with the devil in order to see that Harrow County kind of survives at the hands of lovely Belafonte. He's a creepy dude that's made his way into town, and things aren't looking good with him there. So,
okay.
Love it. It's disturbing on all levels.
I agree. Harrow County is a great read. That's some great work from Colin Bunn going on there.
And that artwork looks like it should be in a children's novel.
Yes.
And that's what makes it almost creepier.
Yes, exactly. It's great stuff. It really
Tyler
is.
Crook, I believe, is who.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Thumbs up.
So guys, for me, look, I did not expect to like this series as much as I have been, but guys, Spider-Man Deadpool has been tons of fun. And number 3 comes out this week. And the main overall story is that somebody has hired Deadpool to take out Peter Parker. And Spider-Man doesn't know it, and Deadpool does not know that Peter Parker is Spider-Man.
Right.
So we get
what?
these...
No. Okay.
We get these hero adventures between Deadpool and Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But in the background, Deadpool is still trying to scope out. He kind of has doubts about whether or not Peter Parker is as bad as if he needs to be killed.
Yeah.
And he's still trying to figure it out. And with the last issue, he came to the decision, yeah, this guy's a scumbag. He's got to be taken out. So I'm really enjoying this. And by the original creative team that brought him to us in his own series years ago, Joe Kelly and Ed McGuinness. So it's been fantastic. Another one I'm really digging as well. Jupiter Circle, Volume 2, Number 4 hits this week. I'm liking this take on these characters back in their earlier incarnations before we got Jupiter's Legacy. But in this issue right here, we're going to see a villain show up that ups the ante on everything. And we'll get to see how it affects all of these heroes and what it changes for them. So those are just 2 of the ones I'm really looking forward to this week.
Well, hell, I'm going to throw in Descender 11 since you're not going to talk about it. It's looking right there.
I'm behind on reading.
Oh, man. How can you be behind on this book?
It's been good. I've just been behind.
We're going to figure out what lies at the heart of the robot resistance.
Yes.
And it's going to be something that changes everything for Tim 21. This book is just phenomenal.
And, it's already been picked up. Like by Sci-Fi or somebody for a show or a movie or something. So
Sci-Fi, get on the ball. You picked up all these other. Where is Clone? Where's Lazarus? Where are all these? I'm dying to see them.
Yeah. I don't know. I kind of wish somebody else would have picked them up. But anyway, because the quality of the stuff that you're seeing there, I just want it to be done right. If it's going to be done.
They can't. They have the ability to.
They do have the ability to do it.
They do.
So there we go, guys. Descender 11 as well. So don't forget about that. Hitting the shelf this week. For the question of the week, do you want to answer it or do you want to leave them to their own devices to answer it for us?
We can give our little 2 cents, I guess, real quickly.
So guys, let's dive into the question of the week. With all of the talk of TV shows and Hollywood movies surrounding all these big comic book properties that have been hitting the screens, big and small. There was a recent article that I read on Comic Book Resources talking about this and simply asking the question, should comic books follow what is going on with the comic book movies and the comic book TV shows, and it outlines some of the advantages and disadvantages of doing so, and some of the other problems that are inherent with trying to do that and with not trying to do that. So that is the question of the week. Do you think that the comic books should partially, completely, in some way, line up with the comic book movies of their properties and the TV shows of their properties as well? Tell us what you think about that in the comments below. Randy, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I can't so much speak for DC because I'm sorry, guys, I don't watch the TV series. I'm behind on them. I actually like The Flash, but I haven't watched all of it. Yeah. Seen a couple there, but and their movies are just really kind of getting started, so it's hard for me to say anything with that. Yeah. But Marvel, there's getting to be close to 10 years experience with everything that's going on, and so this is what I can say with that. I think that it's important to have certain elements be echoed.
Yeah. Okay.
You need to have if there are characters you're introducing in one place, I would like to see those characters carried over. It took forever for us to get to see Agent May in comic books. And even now, she's only been in the comic books that's S.H.I.E.L.D. or Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. She has not been elsewhere with it, throughout the universe. I think that that's important, that you kind of echo some of these characters that are fan favorites there. You know, you have, you also need to have characters possibly, Jane Foster's a total different element than what she is from comic book versus in the movies. Exactly. And, her friend who, I'll read Kat Denning in comic book form or watch her on TV. I don't care, or movie. But, you don't have like her assistant there. You don't have these people. I think that would be nice to tie it in that way. If you want to echo costumes, something like that. I mean, at least we found out from the Marvel movies that yes, you can put people in tights and put them in costumes on the big screen and it will work, because long ago the X-Men felt like that wouldn't work, and I think they've been proven wrong since then, and they've gone back and tried to readjust some of that. The way that I see that it shouldn't is that comics are an every month property that are coming out, and movies take so much time to be produced and put out. One's going to get ahead of the other. It's hard to have a story fall in line with maybe what's echoing throughout the movies, because it's the speed of production of the two are so different. So it's one of those things where Marvel, everybody looks at Civil War 2 that's coming out, they're going, oh, well, they're putting out another show. Well, they're doing that because there's a movie coming out, and that's a smart thing and actually a good thing to do. It's not going to echo what's going to be done there, because that's already echoing a different story that's been told. Right. So it's real tough to be able to tell these stories. Stories, I think, should be separate entities. Characters and even looks, why not echo them? That's so I mean, it's a little bit of both for me. Yeah, that's cool. One of the key points from the article that I took away, and I was like, well, that makes a lot to me. That made a lot of sense. Is like now you have like this very popular Supergirl TV series, and let's just Marvel has a ton of movies under their belt. TV wise, they only have 2 shows. Right. You got Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and you got Agent Carter. But DC, while not having as many movies under the belt from recent years, they got like 5 TV shows out right now, with more stuff planned. So I don't know. So anyway, with the release of Supergirl, the TV series is super popular. But there's no Supergirl comic book on the shelf. Right. Not even the DC 52. So people that love the Supergirl show, if they go to a comic shop or a store of any kind, there's no Supergirl title for them to check out. Yeah. Whether it's totally non-TV related storyline, or if it's a storyline matching what's going on with the TV show. Very rarely has either of the companies put out a number 1 comic the same time that a movie's coming out. Yeah. Even a mini series, so that people can come in and go, I want to read Supergirl, I want to read Spider-Man, I want to read this, where can I get it? They may do a jumping on point, but come on, people are going to look at a number 15 issue of something and go, why do I want to jump on here? I want to read number 1. Going back to people, why they question, why do Marvel always start things over with number 1? There's a reason for that, guys. People don't want to jumping on points. Yeah, it's the truth. Yeah, it just works. It's easier for them, and I'm quite forgiving of number 1s there. It makes sense to me. But yeah, they are absolutely right. You're absolutely right about that. It's very inaccessible with things like that, to come in and say, you have me hooked. Where is my Deadpool comic number 1? Yeah. Where is Marvel missed the ball on that one with putting out a number 1. They have lots of miniseries, but those miniseries are pretty much wrapping up. But see, what I'm curious about is how much of that is like studio and comic company
not working together because Deadpool is Fox. It's not under the Marvel Studios, and Supergirl is on ABC or NBC, and she's not from the WB.
Right. Well,
I wonder about that.
Well, the thing is, all these Marvel movies that were put out, you had Marvel creators, some of the big people within Marvel, working right with these people, and they still weren't putting out the books.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's one of those things. It is a huge ball that's been dropped.
Yeah.
I definitely agree with that.
Because you're even on a weekly basis. I mean, right now, if you just tabulate all of the DC shows that are just the top 3 right now, let's say Supergirl, Arrow, and Flash. You're reaching 20 million people, 15 to 20 million people a week. Because Supergirl is super popular.
Yeah.
She's hitting some big numbers. That's that many possible new readers.
Yeah.
Not new readers, but you're reaching that audience, and that is just that much more people that could be interested in finding out even more of these characters in their original form. And even if you don't do something that is completely along the lines of what's going on in the TV shows, you could still have something that's going on that's kind of related.
Yeah, I mean, DC again dropped the ball there with Commissioner Gordon. I mean, Gotham is a popular show,
right,
and they took Gordon and put him in Batman's armor,
right,
to kind of, here's some spotlight on Gordon, and they shaved the mustache, shaved the hair, made him look a little more like Gordon from the show rather than the Gordon that everybody's familiar with. They did that for a reason, people.
Yeah,
but. They dropped the ball there because people weren't wanting to watch Commissioner Gordon or read Commissioner Gordon Batman. They're wanting to read Commissioner Gordon, the commissioner.
Yeah, exactly.
Or the police officer. I don't guess he's a commissioner, on Gotham. So it's been something where they've really been, I'd grade them with an F with being able to translate something like that so that readers can do that. Everybody, not one or the other with that. Nobody's just done a good job in 10 years with that.
Yeah. So guys, let's cut it off there. We could go on and back and forth for like 2 hours on this. But you tell us down in the comments below, what do you think about this? Do you think that the comic book properties should be somehow joined or aligned with the movies and TV shows? If not, why not? If you think so, then name some advantages or disadvantages of the idea. Tell us your thoughts below, because we'd like to know. I mean, there are some gaps in all of this. There are some things. There's some things that won't go, but there are some things that could go and bring in new readership to the comic book community.
And I will say this, just as a final thought with it. I would argue against following too closely with just having one echo the other.
Right.
Comic book echoing the movie or the screen version, because eventually when something wears down or dies down, you don't want the comic book property to wear down or die down.
No.
You want that to keep going. They need to be, it's one of the best things that Walking Dead has done is distance itself from the book.
Right.
So that it's telling its own story and people can pick up the book and read a story. And they can watch a show and read a story, and they kind of know the characters, but they kind of know some things that may go on, but they're not going to be the exact same thing.
Right.
They've done a good job with that.
Yeah.
That, as much as Kirkman may, ruffle feathers with me, I'll give him a thumbs up on that.
Yeah.
He's smart with that. He doesn't get an A though. I give him a C probably because he dropped the ball and has not given a Fear the Walking Dead comic book. What the hell?
Yeah, that's totally for
Kirkman
TV.
loves money, and he's not making money off that.
He's making money off the TV show.
Oh, he could be making more, and he loves money.
Yeah, so there, yeah. Plus, he's got Outcast and other stuff that's coming out.
So anyway, that was final thoughts.
So guys, tell us in the comments below what you think about the question of the week. Tell us the new number ones you're checking out, storylines you're checking out, what your favorites are. It's going to be at the top of your stack. Tell us in the comments below. We want to know. And that's going to be a wrap for this week's show. Anything else to add, sir?
Spring training in season. Go Rangers.
Go Rangers. Guys, thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and do so now. The button's just down below there. Subscribe to the show. Thanks for watching. Take a moment to share the video. Give us a thumbs up. We really, really appreciate it. So until next week, guys, take care. Be safe. Read some fantastic comics. Leave us some fantastic comments down below. And we will see you in our next video. Bye-bye.
Bye.